welcome to the Beesies.
I'm Abby.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Mackenzie.
Remember the college days when you were best friends with your roommates?
We would come home and talk about anything and everything together.
We miss this phase so much that we decided we needed this quality roommate time again.
So welcome to the Beesies. Come over and get cozy with your new favorite roommates.
Welcome, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Sometimes when we're starting, now I think about how this would be fun to see visually, but if people are just listening, it might feel weird.
Yeah.
It would be so chaotic.
But I also just listen. So there's times when I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah, thanks.
that's all I
Sorry,
was thinking.
My brain just became blank, so I was like, okay. Good morning.
Good
Happy Monday.
morning.
/Sunday, if you're the four of us.
Yeah. When does this come out? This comes out. Oh, by the time this comes out, I will be 25, which means I will have a full frontal lobe.
Wow. I thought that was 26.
I hope not, because I've been very excited to have a full brain.
That's the only thing she's looking forward to, Abby.
I
Don't
want to be
take it
fully
away.
developed.
Oh, don't tell me I have
Sorry.
another year. It's
I
fine.
feel
That's
like
amazing.
I matured when I turned 25. Like I can feel it.
So it's got to be 25.
Oh.
Let me Google it.
I feel so much more emotionally aware after I was 25.
I think I have less
So maybe
body
that's why.
dysmorphia.
Aha, that's good.
I love that.
Less body.
Yeah, less body dysmorphia.
Slay.
25 according to Google. So I'm good. I'm almost there.
There you go. That's
Um,
exciting.
I honestly do feel like mentally this last month, and maybe it's just me putting it out there and being aware of it, and so I'm looking for it more, but I do feel like I am thinking clearer, or like you were saying, more realistic about my body or my emotions. I've also been very emotional this month though, so maybe that's why I'm having so many identity crises lately.
You feel like
Maybe.
you're just a whole new person
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
Freaking frontal lobe. It's obnoxious.
I hate having a brain in general.
Honestly.
When this comes out, I will be on a flight to Mexico.
That's so exciting.
Whoa.
I'm
Woohoo!
so excited, you guys. I'm going to be chilling on the beach for a whole week doing absolutely nothing, and nothing sounds more perfect.
That is so fun that you're going for a full week also. I feel like most trips, if they're less than a week, I just want them to be longer.
It's what's the point?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's
What'd you say? Sorry.
Just that vacation should be a whole week.
Yeah.
See, I actually feel different when I'm in one place and it's going to be a week. I'm like, oh, am I going to get bored? What
I
am
guess
gonna
it does
do?
depend on what I'm doing.
Where.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
where I am. But I guess for me, when it's a beach trip, I'm fine just going to a beach all day and hanging out, or even just going to the pool all day.
Mhm.
So I'm fine with it being a whole week.
I think I get bored going to the beach all day.
Yeah, I get bored.
There
little
are
bit.
certain things that seem boring, but I do not get bored with. One of them is going to the beach. I could just sit in a beach chair all day, stare at the water, and be completely happy. Same thing's camping. If I go camping, usually during the day, I love to just sit in a camping chair.
Yeah,
I
that's a
read, I
vibe.
listen to music. It's so interesting. I'm at
Yeah.
home and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm I don't want to watch TV. I'm bored out of my mind. What the heck do I do? Outside in nature, I could sit in a chair and literally turn my mind off for hours. Kind of weird.
See, camping, I do think I would have to say only a couple days.
Yeah.
But I do agree that all of that stuff is more entertaining when you're just out in nature. I also think
Yeah.
it depends on like who you're with though, because like at home you're just alone, where usually when you're camping you're with at least a few other people.
Yeah. That's
Now
very
that's
true.
Facts.
We can always find something to talk about when you're with other people,
Yeah.
as we've proven. So
How are your guys' weeks?
Busy, but good.
Wow.
I'm feeling overwhelmed, but it's fine. I'll be fine.
I've been PMSing really bad this week. So I was in a bad
Honestly,
mood all week.
Do you
Same.
get sad with PMS?
Yeah, I get all the emotions.
All of them?
Oh,
Do you take it out on Derek?
Worst.
Yeah.
I love that.
I was
I just didn't want to be
angry.
around him this week, and he was
oh,
mad at me.
Oh,
that's so sad. I was kind of PMSing this week, but more in the sense that I just was crying at everything. Like we watched 2 movies the other night and I cried probably like a collective 5 or 6 times.
Oh my.
So I just felt emotions in that way.
Dang.
Do you guys PMS on a regular, like on a schedule almost, where it's always the same week out of the month or something like that?
I feel like mine starts 2 weeks before.
and
That's
goes
how mine
till
was.
for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ooh, Kenzie, you might
That
have what I
sucks.
have, which was premenstrual dysphoric disorder.
Mm.
Oh.
That's what I had, and I didn't know that PMS could start 2 weeks before. And so like for years of my life, I thought that I was like, trigger warning, like I thought I was like suicidal for like half of every month. And I was like, why is it like this? I was like, why am I so crazy for half of each month? But then it just turned out. And then it went
Freaking
away once I got
hormones.
antidepressants.
Mm.
It took away the
Mine,
PMDD.
so like the 2 week starts like the week before I start like PMSing. I'm just super tired. And then the
Oh, I
next
hate
week,
that.
that's when I'm like crazy, like borderline manic.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Do you guys pay attention, or like do you see many videos about cycle syncing and like
Yeah.
your, I don't know, your menstrual cycle or your
Like
what would it
syncing
be
to like
called?
workouts and stuff like that.
Yeah, workouts, but also just like being aware of like during this phase you are feeling this, and during this phase you're feeling this, and blah blah blah. You know?
Yeah.
I've seen some of that. I don't
I
really
get
pay
those.
attention.
I'm
No.
just not regular enough to like track it.
Yeah. I feel
My-
like in the last several months I have noticed so many patterns. I don't do anything about it, but like I've noticed so many weird patterns that honestly kind of blow my mind, but also confuse me a little bit. I don't
I
know.
agree. I'm glad we're
Everybody,
all hormonal girlies this week.
yeah. It's just confusing for me. I'll just say this one last thing because everybody says you're typically like you're most energized like right after your period and between your like ovulatory phase or whatever.
Mhm.
And then after you ovulate, that's when like PMS starts. That's your luteal phase, and then you're tired, you're lazy, all that. You get bloated. This is the thing that I like. I'm confused because they're swapped for me.
Mm.
Like 3 days before my period, I feel so great. I think I'm like the hottest thing ever. I'm like so
Interesting.
happy. I'm so energized. Like in the gym specifically, I notice that that's when I'm strongest. My
Interesting.
ovulation and like right before that, I am so weak. I'm so tired.
I was going to
I'm
say, do you
confused.
ovulate when you're on your period?
When I'm on my period?
Yeah.
No.
Well, but like
No.
maybe for your body it's different. Or no. Oh, because you take ovulation tests, don't you? Sorry, that's
I
like
did
a
this
very
cycle,
personal
actually.
question.
No, that's okay. We can get into that. I do basal body temperature.
Okay.
I haven't been very consistent at it recently because I've been waking up at a non-consistent time. But this month I did do ovulation tests for other reasons. But that's going to sound really bad. People are going to think that I'm trying to get pregnant just after saying that. For Mexico. Okay,
I was going to say, isn't
story,
it just for
some-
Mexico?
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
thinks I'm pregnant, please. Okay, for
Wait,
Mexico.
why do you need that for Mexico?
I'm gonna start my period on the first day of Mexico.
Ugh, no.
Yes, that sucks. So I decided I'm gonna take progesterone pills that basically like delay your period.
Nice.
For as long as you take them. But in order to do that, I also kind of need to know when I ovulate and when my period starts. So that's why I did that this month. Please don't think I'm pregnant and trying to get pregnant.
That's our clickbait for the episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Abby's
spread the
trying to
rumor.
get pregnant.
Oh yeah, just clip it right when she's like, for reasons.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was so much TMI, but I forgot where I was going with this.
Who even knows?
I ovulate like at the normal week that's like predicted for most people.
Oh, okay.
So no, it's just weird.
Maybe your body just personally doesn't want to have kids, so it's making you so tired during ovulation, and it's like, no, Abby, don't do it.
Yeah, that's probably
probably it.
true.
Yeah.
That's
My
wild.
body knows. My body's in sync with my brain. Let me tell you that.
That's so funny. Any other week updates, or should we just jump right in?
I had a good week. I was just out in these streets. I went out.
How's
I love
school?
that.
School
What does
is
that
good.
mean?
I was just going out.
Oh,
And school is
okay.
fun. School is hard. It's like a lot of work, but it's not like crazy. Like it's crazy, but it's not like hard. It's hard because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
And it's just
That's how I
always
felt with
happening all the
grad
time.
school. Like, it wasn't like I couldn't do it. It was just a lot of effort.
Yeah, exactly. And I haven't had to do effort in so long.
Someone,
But it's okay.
someone the other day told me that I should go to law school, and I was like, "There's no chance."
Not a chance.
I was like, I actually already have a friend who's doing that, so I don't need to.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you
the
go.
lawyer for you guys.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, when this comes out, it will officially be fall. Oh wait, it already is
It
officially
is already
fall.
fall.
It is
Oh my
officially fall
goodness.
as of 2 days.
Yesterday,
Yep,
right?
2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days
I think
ago.
yesterday. Oh, IDK.
Okay, the 23rd was the first day of fall. So yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
And in Arizona at night, it's like 90, 88 degrees. Like, and like when I walk outside at night, I'm like, oh, it feels like Halloween. It feels like
Yes.
fall.
Yeah, I
Nice
agree.
crisp.
We're so lucky.
In the air. I'm already wearing a sweater, guys, to celebrate the first day of fall. Sweater weather.
Yeah, this is the
Nice.
time of year where I
Go.
start wearing sweaters, even though it's 90 degrees outside, because I'm like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for
Yeah.
the cold weather.
It's nice out here. It's like cloudy outside right now.
Oh.
It's a vibe.
I love that. I wish it
The
was
changing
cloudy.
of seasons.
I predicted that the last 100-degree day for Arizona would be Tuesday, but it looks like I'm going to be wrong because we're going to
Dang.
get to 105, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday.
No, I think we can manifest that it doesn't do that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We just
We
need
can
to
do
do
it.
a little rain dance and make sure that the weather stays nice and crisp. Bring in
I
the rain
also-
to cool it down.
I think weather predictions are so fake. They're never true. I hate the weather.
yeah.
It's
they're
just so
wrong.
unpredictable.
I just don't believe them. Like, I don't understand how people can predict the weather, and I don't want people coming at me saying, this is the scientific reason that you can predict it.
Mhm.
I know there's
no
science, but I know there's not. Exactly, Jenny. So anyways,
It's fake.
Whenever I
Yes,
studied
weather is
it,
vibes.
yeah, whenever I had like a weather unit or something, or I took a weather and climate class in college,
Me too.
and I'm like, it makes sense. I get it. Like, yes, the science you are giving me makes sense as to how people can predict things.
No, they can predict
Doesn't-
like big weather. They can't predict the freaking temperature.
Yes. Yeah. Doesn't mean that I believe it at all. So or that it translate to real life, you know?
This
Yeah.
is an anti-science podcast.
Oh, please no.
When it comes to weather only. Scott's just standing here like shaking his head at me, which he should be. But anyways, the reason we bring this up is we're just going to talk about some things we're excited for fall, right? That's what we
Yeah.
were doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I wrote down, but then I didn't remember if that was the right thing.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
The end of September comes along and I am like, all right, let's plan for fall, all the activities that I need to get done. Because also, I feel like in busy life that we all have, if you don't plan for things to happen, you can't just get by saying, oh, I should go do this one day, because it'll never happen.
Yep.
So this is us making plans.
I know. I love the calendar that you make for fall, and I want to join you on some
Should
of
we-
your events.
Should we do a Beezy fall calendar this year?
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
I'm so in. We can add all of the things we talk about today and
Yeah.
more, because that would
Yes.
be so fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm so
I'll
excited.
plan for that. I
Um,
need to make a list, write it down.
something I'm gonna do this fall. Obviously, I'll go to like a pumpkin patch, all those things. But in November, I am running a 10K. And that's what I'm looking forward to this fall.
That's so exciting.
I'm excited.
I feel like holidays just remind me of like doing like 5Ks, 10Ks, not because I do them personally, but because there's usually like turkey trots and like a Christmas one. And so like it just makes sense to do it in the fall. So I love that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to do a 5K at some point. I
Let's
could
do one
probably
on
recruit
Thanksgiving.
people. Yes, let's do one actually. Let's actually plan this out. We can text after this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so down.
Did your families, we might have talked about this before, I can't remember. Are your families the type of Thanksgiving people who wake up early and do turkey trots, Thanksgiving
No.
football, whatever? Or are they the type of people who sleep in and munch on snacks all day long?
We are munchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We munch.
The only
Yeah.
so when we have Thanksgiving with my grandma, we do get up earlier, but it is to help her with the food and also watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yes.
So
Yeah, okay.
yes,
You're
we
either
wake up
parade
early,
people
but
or
we're
turkey
parade
trot
people. Yeah, not
Mhm.
turkey trot people. But I kind of want to be a turkey trot person.
I want to become a turkey trotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if
I think I
Like-
disagree with you guys.
like I want to trot though. You know, I want to walk. I don't want to
Yeah.
run.
yeah.
Yes. We should find a turkey trot that has turkeys at it that are trotting. I would love that.
Turkeys that we
wanna
can
run.
eat.
Says the vegetarian.
No,
yeah,
yeah,
Oh
I was
my
gonna say
gosh.
no.
Not me though.
I love that. Speaking of, this is not necessarily something crazy or profound, but I really have been loving going, and I say this as I've done it once, but I love going on walks at night with Winnie and Scott now because it is cooling off and it's so fun, like, because this is the first like fall that we have Winnie. And it's so fun to just like after work go and just like go on a little walk and relax. And of course, Winnie loves it. So that's something I'm looking forward to now that the weather is cooler.
I know
Yes.
this is mine and Derek's first fall living together, so I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah.
to decorate our apartment.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm so excited. I finally like care about where I live. Like I've never cared enough to do anything because I'm just living in a stupid studio. But I love my apartment, so I'm like I got some Halloween decorations from the thrift store.
Fun.
And every day I'm looking at like Facebook Marketplace and like free stuff just to find like cheap decorations.
What's
Love
your
it.
guys' fall decoration vibe? Are you like the
Spooky.
aesthetic fall? You're spooky. Okay.
So
I'm not into the spooky
I-
Halloween decorations, honestly.
that's another thing I wrote down was actually decorating for fall and Halloween because I am such a Christmas girly that I haven't ever decorated really for like fall or Halloween specifically. So I think I do want to decorate for Halloween this year and go a little more spooky vibe. So
Yeah, it gets skipped
Yes.
sometimes.
yeah. Well, and I will still skip fall because I am the decorate beginning of November person for Christmas.
Yes.
And I know this is controversial, but I don't care. And so I will be putting up my Christmas decorations first week of, oh, Winnie just sat under my chair. That scared me so bad. So
I
cute
love
though.
her.
I will be putting up Christmas decorations first weekend of November, but I am committed to not skipping Halloween. So
I think
love that.
there needs to be a better way to blend Christmas and Thanksgiving decorations. Like,
Yeah.
you still should be able to.
But Thanksgiving
Have,
is
like-
fall.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is I think if there's a good, like, there should be a transition. Like, there's fall, then there's Thanksgiving, Christmas, fall, Christmas decorations, and then there's Christmas. You
Yeah.
know, like there should be a transition in between.
I agree.
Also, I understand that Christmas is a winter holiday, but if you think about it seasonally, Christmas is 3 days after winter begins. Like,
I know, isn't that so
it's
crazy?
almost a fall holiday at this point.
That actually is crazy.
That's true.
My aesthetic is like I like a lot of color and like especially pink. So last year I had like a lot
Cute.
of pink in my Christmas decorations, and I've seen like some cute like pastel like pink pumpkins and stuff. So I think that
That's so
will
cute.
like be my vibe.
I love
That just
that.
made me
Cute.
emotional. That it made me emotional because I won't be there this year, and I got to decorate with Kenzie for Christmas last year.
Yeah.
And now I'm sad that I won't be there.
Sad. Just come back to help decorate. That's what Brooke does every year.
That's smart.
Decorating nights are some of my favorite nights where like you just put on music, you get like a good smelly candle that matches the season, and you just like get all your decorations out and you put them all. Like, that's just such a fun like do nothing at home night, you know?
And last year when we decorated, we made Christmas crack, which I'd never had,
Oh,
So
yeah.
fun.
with the
That's
saltine
delicious.
crackers.
Yeah. That is so
Speaking-
good.
We'll be like, we made crack cocaine. It was a fun
Kind of
night.
what it sounds like.
We decorated so fast.
Yeah.
We were on something.
That's
there.
why
I
I'm
don't
like,
know what it
yeah, I was
was.
seeing a lot of color.
It's all like white and black decorations,
Yeah.
but Kenzie saw color.
Speaking of that though, I am so excited for all of the fall treats, fall and desserts. That's my favorite desserts out of the entire year to be making. So last year I made these apple chai cinnamon rolls.
I was going to say, I want to make like chai desserts.
Oh, I love chai. So anything that you can make chai flavored, so good. So I will be making those again because I only made them once last year and they were really good. And I'm like, I think I can do this even better. And then my specialty that I make probably like once a week, honestly, because they're so easy, are these pumpkin snickerdoodle cookies.
Hmm.
My
That sounds amazing.
yeah,
That sounds
absolute
so good.
favorite.
Something I'm doing that I already started is having people over every week to watch a scary movie for
I
love
Halloween
that.
fall vibes. And I think I'm going to have a Halloween birthday party.
That's so
Nice.
fun.
I think I will.
Oh my gosh. I just realized we're not going to be there for your birthday.
I know, stop. I'm sad.
That is so
I'm
sad.
sad that I won't be with you guys for holidays.
That's so tragic.
See, this is the part of being an adult that I actually hate.
Yeah.
And it makes me never want to move away. But also,
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys
Just gotta
going
do
to
it.
be dressed as for Halloween?
Well,
No.
I'm hoping my sister will let me join my niece in dressing up as a Mario character.
Oh,
Oh.
cute.
Or what is that called? What is that universe
Like
called?
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
I will say Stevie did tell me that you convinced her to be Bowser.
No,
instead
okay,
of
here's what
Princess
happened.
Peach.
Here's what happened.
That'd be so
Stevie's
cute.
like, my niece is like, oh, I'm Princess Peach. I'm Princess Peach. And I said, I'm going to be Bowser. And she goes, I'm going to be Bowser too. And like that has stuck now. Like I asked her last night, like, what are you going to be for Halloween? And she's like, Bowser.
Oh my gosh. So
But I'm being
cute.
blamed for manipulating her mind when all I said was I was going to be Bowser.
That's so
Ooh.
funny.
Manipulate her to be Toad. That would be so cute. I love Toad.
Aw, little Toad and Toadette.
Yes.
I love
You guys could
them.
all be a
That's
different color
adorable.
Toad. If
Aw,
she's a
cute.
Toad.
I love that. I have not thought about Halloween.
Mario.
I've thought a little bit because I think maybe if I have a party, I might do early 2000s themed.
Fun.
So maybe like a singer, maybe like J-Lo. I don't know.
You should.
There you go.
I love
Do
that.
J-Lo's like super sexy red
Yes.
carpet outfit.
I will say I love that idea. I love Halloween themed parties, not just like especially like when you're doing just October as a season and not really like on Halloween night, but like a
Right.
themed party where you have to come in a costume that pertains to the theme and not just like a random Halloween costume. I think it's
Yes.
so fun to see like people's
So fun.
creativities there. I want to do a Taylor Swift themed night where we all dress up in
Ooh,
different
cute.
Taylor Swift eras or
Yes,
something.
that's
That would be a
Cute.
fun Halloween thing for this year, especially.
Yes.
Yeah, because
We
it's such a
should do that.
phase.
I
That's fun.
love that idea.
Yep. Maybe
That'd be
that'll
so
be my birthday party this year because
That
I've
should
been
be yours.
struggling with wanting to even do one. So
That should
Yes. Do that and tell me what day it'll be ASAP so I can get it off.
be it.
we'll see.
Speaking of moments ago, like the sexy J-Lo costume,
Yes.
something
Sorry.
on my fall bucket list. No, I was waiting for you to be able to speak your piece of what you want to be. But but one thing on my fall list is I decided that I'm entering like my hot era.
I love
'Cause
that.
I'm just like, I'm no longer like body dysmorphic and I actually feel good about myself. And I'm like, I'm hot. And so I'm ready to be hot and to let it fly. And I want all of my classmates to fall in love with me and then to be so sad when they find out I'm married. And that's just my goal for this fall.
I
love
this.
that.
That picture of you guys at the beach last weekend, I was like, oh my god, everyone in this photo is very attractive.
Literally everyone in my class is so beautiful. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like scary. I got to school and I was like, why is everyone so hot?
Also, remember though, you're still in like the first couple months, like the first semester, where everybody's trying to
True.
impress. But give it like another semester, like next semester, people are gonna be coming to school in their PJs,
That's true. Not me though.
drowning in stress.
I'm
But
in my
I'm
hot
so
era.
here for that.
Thank you.
Scott
What
just,
are you doing?
Sorry, real quick.
Sorry.
Scott just texted
Okay.
me because he's like getting ready right now so he can hear me. And he said that we should dress up as the Beesies for Halloween.
Nice. We should dress up as each other for an episode.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be so
Okay, that would be
so
fun.
funny. That
I
should be our
love-
Halloween episode.
I love that. Oh, I love that. You know the episode in the Kardashians where they did the birthday party for Chris and they all
Yes.
came as different Chris like
Eras.
outfits and eras and whatever. I want to do that for somebody so bad. Like just find a picture of a certain person or like a moment of a
Right.
certain person and be like, I am going to recreate your look as you.
Yes.
I loved it so much.
I
think
do
we should
love
do
that. Okay, that would be so fun. Maybe we'll do that. That's so funny. Anyways,
Okay.
that's all.
I love it.
Alrighty. Well, is that all? Does anyone have?
I have
anything
one more
else?
thing, and
for
I'm
it.
shamelessly stealing this from Chelsea on what we said. they just did an episode talking about like some things they're excited for fall. And one thing that she said was she wants to do a murder mystery party with friends. And I think that'd be so fun because we did do that once in college.
That was so fun.
And
Please don't remind me.
Did you not love it?
I'm so embarrassed of myself that whole night.
Oh,
I don't
anyways,
even remember.
keep going.
what you
I
were
don't.
like.
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
the thing.
like,
Is
I
I don't remember
you. I'm sorry.
I know,
I
but
just
in
remember
my
having
brain,
fun.
I remember it, and it's just one of those moments.
All I
Keep
remember
going.
was being a grandma, and I loved it because that was my role. But anyways, I want to do that again, and I want Derek to write the story again, and I want us to do it at a time when Jenny is home so that we can all be there. So anyways, that is something I really want to make happen this fall.
I'm so down.
I love it.
I love
I
that. I
love
like
that.
that. So we have to commission Derek to do not only that, but to also just write a friend fiction for
Yeah.
us.
Well, and I
AKA
think that
fan
should be the
fiction.
murder
Night.
mystery is the friend fiction.
Yeah,
But I want a sexy fan fiction of us.
Well, it
Well,
can
we
be a
can
sexy
also-
murder
yeah.
mystery.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
We
That's
should
good.
do a murder mystery, like play it out, and then he can write the book based off of the events of the night and then deliver it to us as fan fiction, like later on. And then we can all have it as a memory to look back on.
Perfect.
I love this.
Amazing.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm good now. That's
All
all I
right.
wanted to say.
Well,
So
this
Kenzie,
week
you have a topic for us, right?
I do have a
Yes.
topic. Sorry. The past couple weeks, I've been thinking about how I have an inability to disagree with people in certain situations. So we're gonna talk about it for a second, and then we're gonna play a little game. But I want to talk to you
okay.
guys first. Like, do you feel like you have a hard time disagreeing with people? Does it feel too confrontational to you? What do you think? Where does
Okay.
it come from?
I feel like you guys will disagree with me on
Oh,
what I'm about
no.
to say, but I do feel like I have a hard time when it comes to like
Yeah.
things that matter.
Yeah.
Like when I have like a true opinion about something, like I will not call someone out or like disagree. Like I just kind of let it. Like it is too confrontational for me
Yeah.
now. Like,
no, I
I'm
see
just
that
like,
in you,
ugh.
Jenny. Because I agree. I think that's a really great way to put it though, where like the smaller things when it's like very superficial, it's like I don't care about that. Like that doesn't
Right.
Yeah.
actually matter. But for me, I think it comes from like people pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I even need to elaborate on that because it's kind of like a duh. Like,
Yeah.
I think we all can like agree with that. But maybe it's my frontal lobe developing.
Oh.
I
Mm.
lately have not been having as hard of a time like disagreeing with people, or like not necessarily disagreeing, but just like if I disagree, sharing my opinion. I've noticed it especially at work. Like literally yesterday, someone said something and I was like, actually, I don't see it that way. And I was like kind of proud of myself because like normally I would never do that.
See,
No, I
so
feel like I've been witnessing you entering that era of
Thank
like being
you.
able to like, yeah.
I love
at
that.
work, that is especially the place where I feel like I cannot handle any confrontation, any sort of disagreeing. But like in my relationship, I'm totally fine disagree. I have
Yeah.
that's not confrontational to me. Like that's
probably
fine.
like could have something to do with just feeling like safe to
Yeah.
be able to disagree, because
Right.
with some people and some situations I don't like really know what's going to happen if I do give a certain opinion or say a certain thing or like be more confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like what that is going to lead to. So I am way more hesitant to say something and kind of just keep it to myself. Whereas if it is a person or it is a situation that I'm more comfortable with and I kind of can expect certain things, it doesn't scare me as much, I feel like, to be like to say my mind and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So maybe like safety has something to do with it too.
Oh,
but-
100%. Well, because I was thinking about like when I was in high school, and like if I liked a boy, I would never want
Oh
to
my gosh,
disagree
yeah.
with them because I'm like, oh, he won't like me if I have a
Yes.
different opinion.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because I feel like in reality, it does the opposite because it's like you're not actually fully opening up and you're not showing like fully who you are.
Yeah.
And so it makes like the relationship more like superficial almost. I've just been thinking about that side of it recently. And maybe that's why like I feel more confident in like sharing my true opinion because I'm like, I don't want to be, I don't know how to exactly put this, but like, I don't want to be holding back in our relationship, whether it's work, friends, whatever it is. And so I feel like I've noticed, like, as I've disagreed more or whatever, our relationship actually does get stronger. And so maybe that's why, like, in our like literal relationships with like our partners and stuff, we see that because it like strengthens your bonds. Whereas like at
Yeah.
work, it keeps it very superficial if you're not like doing that. I don't know. So many
Well,
thoughts.
and some relationships, I think you can tell too, or like, I don't know, in a partner relationship like that, you feel a lot more like, okay, our end goal is to get on the same page. Our end goal is to strengthen this and to like use hard opportunities as like a bonding experience and a opportunity to grow, right? In some relationships, you may be like, this person maybe is looking for an out, or you just don't know that that's the same goal. You may not have the same goal to be on the same page in the end. And maybe that's also what's scary. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a good point.
There are some people that like, and I don't know if this is like a mental illness or something, but some people that like literally just like to disagree with you for like the fun of it. Like,
Oh my.
do you?
Yes.
I don't know.
I
don't know
so
what
many people like that.
diagnosis they have, but like it's so crazy. Like you
Yeah,
can
it's
say
like,
like,
I'll
oh,
hear them like say an opinion that agrees with me before, and then but once I say it, it's like, oh, it's time to disagree now.
yes,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
Well, I think at least like specific people I'm thinking of that do that for me right now with the people I have in my mind, it's not that they actually want to disagree. It's almost like being funny, or they're like, oh, I just like want to disagree for like the bit or something. But
Yeah.
Not in
then
my case.
I will, and as I'm
For
saying
me,
that,
it feels personal. Like
Yeah.
they don't like me,
For
so
me,
they
it's
just want to
personal.
disagree with me.
well, and then I was going to say, I'm also thinking of times now that like there are people who are just kind of like, they like the drama.
Well, Brittany, kind
I
of
don't know.
going off of that, I feel like in similar situations that I can think of, people like try to mask like a seriousness behind disagreeing or behind that confrontation by using it in a more humor sort of way. Like they say it in a less they may do it in a less serious way to try and like
Lighten the
I
mood
don't
or
know,
something.
lighten the mood and make it seem not as like serious, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
In my life, I feel like this is a skill I really, really need to work on because I feel like there have been times where I have been taken advantage of because people know that I am scared to disagree. I'm scared of that confrontation. So they'll just like take advantage of that and do whatever they want with me. So for a game, I thought we could do some exposure therapy for me.
Oh no.
And
I'm
there's
so
this-
excited.
I was just gonna
there's
say
this
we
game called Hot Takes. And have you guys ever heard of this game?
I've heard of a hot take.
I haven't.
Okay. So this game, it's essentially just a bunch of hot takes that I'm going to read, and we are going to practice disagreeing with each other for some
love that.
exposure therapy. I'll
I'm
start
so
us off with
excited.
I'll start us off with some light ones.
Okay.
Okay. Not too controversial. Let me see.
I'm so happy I have a frontal lobe for this.
Okay. Sprinkles have no taste. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
I think they taste like sugar.
Yeah.
It's a taste, but it's just a sugary taste.
Yeah.
They don't have
Exactly.
a flavor, but
Yeah.
they do have a taste and it's sugar. Does that make
They
sense?
have a flavor of plastic sugar.
Yeah.
I love sprinkles. I
Chocolate sprinkles have a flavor.
Oh, true.
That's true.
Wait.
Yeah, confront us, Kenzie.
Well, here's the thing actually, is if we get like technical, sprinkles are literally frosting that's hardened, and so you can add taste to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like the ones that taste like chalk when they're like flat
Oh,
sprinkles.
yeah. I love sprinkles.
I don't like sprinkles, only the chalk ones.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
They're the
You know,
ones
like flat ones.
Like, have you ever gotten yeah.
On those like sugar cookies
Yeah.
that you get from like Walmart. Oh, I hate
I don't
those
even
things
know.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Or like I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. I hate those sprinkles. They taste gross.
Wow, no, they're delicious.
Oh, you guys are disagreeing.
Disagree.
Good. This is the game.
Love it. Okay. All right, we'll turn it up a notch. All right. Good looking people always have worse personalities. Agree or disagree?
I take offense to this. I think I'm a good looking person.
I will say that this does expose a bias I have. Whenever I am around a good looking person, I assume they don't have a good personality.
I think hot men don't have good personalities.
Oh, 100%. I can, yeah.
Also, men in general.
I don't agree with that. Sorry, the original statement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just feel like I know a lot of people who are good looking who have great personalities.
I just
Here's
feel like
Girls
the
and
hottest
guys.
person I know has a good personality.
Who's the hottest person you
One-
know? Is it
You guys know
Talia?
her name. Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
Shout out
And
to
I think-
Talia.
Yes. I'm looking at 3 people right now that are extra hot and have extra awesome personalities. So
Oh,
Wow.
I don't think this is true. I think it can be true. I think people who are really good looking can sometimes get by in life for sure because they definitely have a hot privilege. You know?
Yes. Okay. That is
Ugh,
what
I
I
want
think
that.
is that I don't think they have worse personalities, but they do have pretty privilege. That is 100% a thing.
I miss that. The only time I had like hot pretty privilege was in 8th grade where I was hot. And I got so much money from the boys in my class because they would buy me snacks.
I love
Nice.
that.
I want to be back to that.
Although I will say, I think I'm pretty. Let's just be honest. Okay, I have
As
some
you
self-confidence to say I think I'm pretty.
I love
And I
that.
have never felt like I have ever gotten anything for free or any sort of special treatment because of that. Nobody buys me free stuff.
But Abby, I feel like you don't put
That's
out
fine.
like flirty vibes.
Yeah, you have to flirt a little bit.
I know, but it's scary when you're married because you're like, I can't.
It's
flirt.
not scary when you're getting discounts on food.
No,
Yes, it's
I
not.
agree. I agree. But I'm just saying, I agree with pretty privilege. I know it exists. I, however, don't think I've experienced it firsthand. But maybe that's also just me being so oblivious. So,
All right. This one, we're definitely going to disagree on.
Yes.
Okay. It's not too
Wait,
bad.
we need Kenzie. We need you to
Yeah,
confront us more. 'cause
Sorry.
this is
I'm like going
exposure.
through the cards. Okay. New York is better than LA. Agree or disagree? I agree with this.
Disagree.
I
I've never
think
been to New York, so I don't know.
I think I agree. Here's the problem. I've been to New York once for 36 hours. But when I was there, I wanted to move there and I've never felt that going to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, it is a different feeling.
that's what's hard.
Yeah.
But like, and if we're talking like literal LA, no. If we're saying
Yeah.
Orange County or like surrounding areas, then that's where I could get behind it. But I do like New
Like-
York more.
LA as a city to me is not exciting, but LA as like a beach town, like beach place,
Yeah.
is exciting.
That's
to
why
me.
it's better, you guys, because LA has everything. We
But I
have
wouldn't.
I'm 10 minutes from the beach and so close to the city. It's
Yeah.
everything.
I've just never
But
been to New York, so I don't know. But the closest thing I have to think of it is like San Francisco. Like, or no, I've been to Chicago too, which is like a big city as well.
Chicago is
I
more
did
of a.
love Chicago.
Here's the thing,
I like big cities a lot.
Me
Abby.
too.
I feel like with you not having gone, I think you would like LA more still.
Really?
And I could be wrong, but that's just
I kind of think
what
you
I
would
think.
too.
I
'Cause
think
of
you
the
would like the
beach.
LA
diversity in the
vibes.
beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like diversity in things to do, like Jenny was saying. Not people.
Yeah.
I think at both places
I
you're
think
going to
New
get
York has
diverse
a lot
people.
of
Yeah.
diversity.
I just had to clarify.
Yeah, but I don't know because there's also like, from what I have heard of New York, there's these little pockets of like boroughs and like neighborhoods where things are like local and you get
That's
like
true.
small town grocers and delis and like random things like that. And if I lived in
LA
a
has
place
got
like
that
New
too.
York, I just like live in an apartment up there, like go downstairs, get my coffee at the local grocery. Like, I don't know. It's very romanticized in my head.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very romantic. That's what I'm thinking. Like it
Yeah.
does have like a really good feeling, but like I don't know. Let me think of ways to disparage New York for Kenzie so that she can confront me. You can't see the sky very well. It's
Yes,
just,
you
like,
can.
I saw the
You're
sky
like
the whole
freaking-
time.
You're freaking claustrophobic in there, stuck.
That sounds like a
Okay.
personal issue. I'm not. Everything's
No
happening
beach.
in New York. No beach.
No
So I'm not
beach.
as attached to the beach.
It's flat.
You're flat.
That was so
How am I
funny.
doing?
You're doing great.
This is really good.
Okay,
I love
let's move
this.
Okay. You should live with your partner before marriage.
I feel like you should experience
Yes.
like I feel like Jacob and I lived in like we basically lived together at like his mom's house for like a month at least before getting married.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I
I
think
don't
you
know.
should. I mean, I don't know if should is the right word. I think it is extremely beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
But like, do
yeah.
or you don't. I don't know. I don't like using the word should.
I kind of agree with Abby. I don't think you have to, but I think you should have living together experiences. So like
Yes.
Traveling together, yeah.
yeah, traveling together. Like Scott and I traveled a lot together, but also I think we were really lucky that COVID happened while we were dating because we pretty much like for like 2 months straight while we were like working from home and stuff, I feel like we kind of did live together because we would literally be together from 9 a.m. to midnight every single day. And like the only thing we weren't doing together was like
Was sleeping.
literal, yeah, when we were
Yeah.
asleep. Like we
Yeah.
would be there like helping each other clean, doing laundry, stuff like that. And so there wasn't the financial side of it, but I feel like once we officially did move in together, it didn't feel any different, honestly.
That's good.
So I do think you should have some type of experiences like that. But honestly, live together. I think
Here's
it's
the
worth
thing.
it.
The
Mhm.
Christians will say, "Oh, when you move in together, those people they always end up breaking up."
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, "Okay, but
No.
the married people do too."
Yeah,
Like, is it just
right.
equal
Right.
divorce
Here's
and
the
like
thing.
breaking up?
Going to my degree,
Whoa.
something that I remember from my family studies class is there are different types of cohabitation. And statistically, if you are cohabitating with the intention to stay together long term or get married eventually, and it's not cohabitating in the sense of like a trial marriage, your like chances of staying together are a lot higher. So statistically, if you're doing it as a way of like, oh, we want to test out being married before committing, your chances of breaking up are a lot higher. Bless you.
Thank you.
But if you're doing it with the intention of it being a long-lasting thing, your chances of divorce or breaking up are very low. So It's all about your intentions.
Yeah.
I've decided to disagree.
And with all of the people that I have photographed as their weddings, like, because I'm a wedding photographer, I would say 90% of them live together before. The only people I have ever met that don't live together are the few Mormon weddings I've had.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think so common now to at least have some time living together before you get married.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next topic.
We're turning it up a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. I would get plastic surgery. Here's the thing. Okay. This past week, I was like, oh my God, I hate my round face. Like, and I was like, oh, I've been seeing all these TikToks about like different like Botox things you can
Yes.
get to like slim out your face. And then someone was showing their before and after, and someone commented, oh, I loved your round face. It's so unique. And then I was like, oh my goodness, my round face is unique. Like, why do I want to change myself?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I would maybe, well, I guess that's not plastic surgery, but just like changing your face in
I would
general.
consider like Botox and like filler in the same realm as plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Like when you're talking about
That
one,
genre.
you're usually kind of having thoughts about the other.
I've been thinking about
here's-
this a lot this week, and this week I've decided, at least for this week, that I'm against plastic surgery and changing yourself.
Interesting.
I go so back and forth. Honestly, I'm pro do whatever you want. The only thing that holds me back, because like Scott and I have talked about this, and I would totally get a boob job eventually. But the one thing that holds me back is I'm terrified of it. Not
those are
of the
scary.
surgery, but specifically the fact that you have to redo it every 10 years.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that so many
Oh, I
people
didn't
get
know that.
sick. Yeah, any like implants you get, you're supposed to, or like even veneers, you're supposed to redo it every 10 years. So, one, that kind of scares me. And two, I just have seen so many horror stories of like people's implants, like literally
Yeah.
making them so sick.
The sickness.
So, that is the only thing that would prevent me. I feel like I don't like, especially with a boob job, I guess I'm like, I don't know. I don't care about my boobs enough to like feel like it would be changing who I am. I guess face stuff is where I like get more of that, like, oh, I don't want to like change it. But also I literally get a lip flip every couple months, so I'm not one to talk. I don't know. I say do what you want to do.
Yep. Brittany, I'm 100% with you on there. I'm terrified of like it scares me so much thinking about that. But I know that after I have another kid, if I have another kid, I am getting a boob job 100% because I am so sad that that has changed since having a kid, since nursing Atlas like for a whole year. I'm just like, it's not that I want anything crazy. I just want them to look normal again.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and I don't even care what anyone thinks. And hopefully, that'll be like in several years though. So one day, I think I've changed my mind on that. I was like, originally I don't care, and now I care.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Honestly, that's kind of how I feel. Obviously, I would probably wait until after having kids, but even this time, like losing a lot of weight, my boobs are so flat now. And so it's like kind of similar, and I know it'll just get worse when I have kids and like if I nurse and stuff like that. And so I just need to get over my fear or just not do it, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I will say if I had all the money, I would probably look like a different person because honestly, like there are probably a half dozen things that I could think of that I'm like, oh yeah, if I had the money, I'd spend it on this like little thing, every once in a while, this Botox or this filler or whatever. And I'm perfectly happy not having the money to do it because I like myself as well. It's kind of just like I'm bored. What should I do with this? Oh, let's see if I like this for a while,
Yeah.
So, Kenzie, you need to participate a little bit more.
I know. I'm sorry. I keep looking through. Here's what I've decided. Okay, because these ones are going to be spicier for sure.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you guys share your opinion first, and then I will agree or disagree for the
Okay.
exposure
Nice.
therapy. Okay.
Wait, but what are your thoughts on this? I can't remember if you already said.
This week I'm for myself against it.
Okay. I love that.
Because I just it.
Oh,
just
yeah.
makes
You
me
talked
sad
about
that I
your
want to
face.
change myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
remember.
I love your round face as well.
Oh my
I don't
god,
think
the
I've
fact
ever
that you
thought
just
of it
called
as
my face a
round.
round face just triggered me. So
You
now I'm
said
gonna.
it's a round face.
I've
using
never
your
ever in my
words.
life thought your face looked round, Kenzie.
No,
And also,
I've never
something
thought
I've been
that.
wanting to say to you, Kenzie, is you told me once that you like to put your hair back because I feel you said you don't like how your hair does your face or whatever.
Yeah.
I think you look so cute with your hair down,
Thanks.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
make you look round at all.
Thanks.
Agreed.
And what's wrong
agree.
with round?
Nothing.
Literally.
Exactly. Also,
I
nothing's
literally
wrong with
just
that.
said that because you said that.
I know, I
I've
know.
never once thought that.
It's okay.
See?
She's confronting.
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
fighting we need.
I know.
All right. Cancel culture has gotten out of hand.
No.
Yeah. I'm like
But
halfway.
also, yes.
Yeah.
Also, yes. I just don't care about so much of the things. And like, I think here's my opinions about cancel culture. I'm cool with people canceling whatever, whoever. And basically, by that, I just mean stop supporting things that they disagree with. Cool. Into that. That's capitalism. I don't like the shaming behind it. The whole like, this person did
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing wrong, and therefore we all have to shame them and we all have to cancel them. And just like, stop making other people feel guilty because they want to use their Amazon Prime membership. Like, I'm all for supporting
yeah.
things, but I'm also like, sometimes just let people live. You know, let people make their own decisions and stop shaming others for what they want to do.
My opinion is I do think people are annoying and like too woke now and like trying to be a little bit too much white savior vibes, but I don't care. And I hate when like the influencers and celebrities are like, oh, cancel culture. Because I'm like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
to you. Like like if everyone hates you for a week, it still doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
you're rich and you'll recover. So I don't really give a freaking heck.
I feel like people don't actually really get canceled. And so it's like, I think people get upset about the smallest things, and that I don't like. But when there is an actual need for someone to get canceled because they're a terrible person, that's when I almost get upset that like people don't ever actually get canceled. You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's too many people out there walking around doing literal terrible things and not really getting canceled. That's what kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
So that's my beef.
That's facts.
We all have very similar opinions. This game is not working. I think that there's like Jenny said, like there are these like woke 14-year-olds on Tumblr that like are just like chronically online that will cancel people for things that aren't real. But again, people will bounce back from being canceled.
Totally.
Whatever. Okay. Next one is, are you ready?
Mhm.
Yes.
Are you?
I am ready. Okay. Physician-assisted suicide should be legal.
Ooh.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
so.
This is a hard one, but yeah, I'm leaning towards yes. Sorry,
Oh my
we're
God, we
all...
all agree
I
on
know.
everything. Okay.
Here's the
I'll
thing.
disagree. No.
Well, it's so hard, but I think about like Me Before You, the movie that
Yes.
wrecked me emotionally.
That is an okay, no, sorry. Say
Well,
what you're going to say.
All I'm going to say is like it's so hard, and I think like when you're looking at it and like a life being lost, like that's so sad, but it's also like you do have to look at like the quality of life that they're having. And like, again, this is a movie, but he couldn't do anything. He couldn't, like, he had no control over anything, and he was miserable, and there wasn't any chance of improvement. And so that's where it's like, oh, it's so hard, but like, okay, again, not necessarily
Well-
the best analogy, but I also look at like a dog who is like literally dying and miserable and people putting them down. And it's like,
Yeah.
you do it because you're actually trying to help them and you don't want them to be suffering. And so
Yeah.
that's why it makes it so hard is I don't want that to happen, obviously, but if you're literally miserable and suffering, why would I also want you to stay here and continue living a life that I
Is, like,
yeah,
suffering.
you know what I'm
figured
trying
out
to
how
say?
to disagree.
Okay, disagree, please.
Okay, we shouldn't do it. And also, one of the reasons we shouldn't
Good job.
is we shouldn't make physicians have to participate in that. That's messed up.
That is where it gets so
Because
hard.
it's different from being a vet where, like, you can, like, it's an animal.
Yeah.
But, like, these are humans and we're going to make them, like, assist in suicide. That's
I mean,
messed
you
up.
could always have consent, you know? Like, you could always make it so that if you don't want to, you don't have to, but
And then what if
I
those
don't
dogs,
know.
and then are there going to be weird doctors that like to do that?
Oh, see, and this is where it gets
Yeah.
really difficult.
And then it's like, why are you, like, you have a weird high rate of people
It's like
who-
I specialize in
yeah.
assisted suicide.
yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. I will say this one thing though, like, because I agree with you about the movie Me Before You, it like wrecked me. But it's interesting because my sister's friend from high school, in college, he was in an accident and had the same situation, same injury, like, and became quadriplegic and, like, you know, changed his entire life. And I remember him making like a Facebook post after that movie came out and saying that, like, the movie was really upsetting for him because it was really about like he doesn't have the same outlook. It doesn't necessarily speak for the whole community. He's like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm physically impaired, but like my life, like I'm still the same person and I still have so
Totally.
much to live for. So it's like such an individual basis.
Yes.
And I guess I don't have a formed opinion on like whether people in general should or shouldn't. I'm just like of the opinion of like, let's just try to understand everybody and let's, you know, hear people out and take their word about their feelings like at face value and not like try to read into it more than that. So for that reason, I feel similarly like about this in the same way of like abortion, where like, should it be legal? Yes. Like, and I think people should have access to that kind of care if they really like, that's what it comes down to. But like, I don't necessarily think that it should just all be free, like,
Yeah.
or like, free access, like do whatever
Yeah.
you want. Like, I don't care if you live or die. Like, yeah, you're
Yeah.
struggling because you had this injury. And so like totally justified. Like, I think there's a lot more that goes into that,
Oh.
than just
Kenzie,
saying it should
confront
be
us.
legal.
As we talk
Okay.
about it, the more I don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
First, I want to talk about the movie Me Before You. It is ableist horseshit.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
because in that movie, his quality of life did improve.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
given. There were so many resources, and at the end of the day, it was, oh, if I can't walk, my life is worthless. And I think it's a horrible message to send to people because at any point, any of us could become disabled. It's the fastest growing minority group. So I hate that movie.
I totally understand that. Yep.
Yeah.
But yes, there are situations where, like, if someone is diagnosed with like a terminal illness and they're like, I don't want to have to go through all this crap, just like I already know
Yeah.
what my outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. In that instance, yes, I agree with it. But I also think of like, oh, physicians shouldn't have to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we already have like DNRs and stuff. Like
Right.
That's
physicians are unfortunately in positions where sometimes like they can't save a life, or so. I don't know. I think it should be legal. But yes,
Wowie,
no,
wowie, wowie.
not just like for anyone
Yeah,
who is
very
like
be
sad
legal.
one day.
Be
Yeah.
legal.
Yeah,
Okay.
me depressed.
And I
Just
think that
go.
like
I think limited capacity for sure.
Exactly.
and I think that you should have to go through counseling before.
Mhm. Oh,
totally.
yeah.
But like I think about even people in my life, like great grandparents and stuff who have passed away, and it's like they were in the process of dying for like years, and like I mean, like people I know wouldn't have necessarily chosen that, but like if I was in that situation, I think I've decided like, yeah, if I get to this point in my life where like I don't have a quality of life anymore,
And you're just going to be
I
in
would
pain.
like to go.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're just in pain. You're going to doctor's appointments 5 times a week. You're like, no, what's the point at that point? You know, there's a lot of points. There's a lot of reasons, and I shouldn't
This
say
is
that.
so
but,
difficult.
Good
Wow.
conversation. I'm going to cut us off though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Another law legality.
Should this be our last?
Prostitution should be legal. Agree or
Yes.
disagree?
I
Prostitution should
agree.
be legal
Agree.
or
Yes.
illegal.
Legal. Agree or disagree?
I
Do what you got to do.
think that it's unfortunately going to happen no matter what.
Yep.
As it has been proven. And I think that if it was legal, then we would be in a better position to add like regulations that protect people and save lives and all of that stuff. Than kind of the system that it is in now, where people are exploited and it's non-consensual and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah. And you would also, I think if it were legal, it would, like you said, there would be more regulations. And then also I feel like victims of like sex trafficking would be able to come forward without fear of penalty.
Yep.
Exactly.
think.
Yeah.
Let me think of a way to disagree.
You know, we'll move on.
I know
Okay.
all of we're too
I know.
similar.
Here
I
we
think
go.
it should be illegal, but only for the people that are asking for the prostitution.
Oh, so like the prostitutes are fine, but the people seeking it out are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could vibe
And
with
then
that.
we take away prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my disagreement. Next.
Okay. You should be able to see the salary of every other employee at your company.
Yes.
Yeah.
I worked in politics, so
Yeah.
I was able to see it, and it did make me sad. So maybe no, so that you don't get sad. But also yes, because then I was able to ask for raises.
I think if not see like the exact salary, I think for different roles or like groups, you should be able to see salary bands. So like if like everybody in like the lowest level, you should know that they make between like just throwing out numbers, $20 to $24 an hour. And like everyone fits into that. So I think there should be more transparency. I don't know that you should know the exact numbers, but I think there needs to be more transparency.
Right. You should at least see what the role makes and like the steps
Also,
that they could take to get raises.
yes, no retaliation for sharing how much you make.
100%.
Not that I've ever experienced this, to clarify, but I don't think it should be discouraged because like for me, like I feel personally that if it's the amount of money that I make, I can tell whoever I want.
Yeah, it's your business, not
Yep.
necessarily the company's. And
Yep. That's
Yeah.
my personal
That's
feelings.
facts.
That's why I'll tell
Um,
anyone.
Okay. Zoos are unethical.
Zoo. Oh, zoo. Zoos.
I feel so complicated about this. I don't have a formed opinion. I would say a lot of cases, yes, but also animals now that are raised, from what I understand, and like I said, I don't have a formed opinion of it and I don't have much knowledge about it, but like I think if there's an animal that is raised in captivity, it's not really able to sustain itself like in the wild. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, zoos are also kind of just like a sanctuary for a lot of those situations. I like too if they have like a rehabilitation program, but I also think that they can be very, very dangerous. So
I like
I'm
going to
either
the zoo.
for or against.
Yeah, for personal gain, I love it. But I do think it's unethical.
For societal gain, no.
I don't like zoos. I agree with Abby. Like some of these animals you can't release in the wild. Like they'll just die. But all the animals seem so depressed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, what kind
So-
of life is that being lived in a cage, you know?
So
Here's
sad.
actually, I do appreciate it though when it's like, maybe I don't know enough about it, so I could be completely wrong on this, so don't come for me. But in my mind, I feel like there's places where like they specifically have like endangered species because they want to like keep them alive and they want to like help them like mate. But then it is hard because like, are they even able to go into the wild? But if it's something where like in Finding Dory, the rescue, rehabilitate, release, I'm down with that. And again, I'm
Yeah.
basing my opinion off of a cartoon, so give me the credit I deserve.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, are we interfering with the circle of life and Mother Nature?
We already are. Are you kidding me? We're awful as humans.
I know.
So, I don't know.
All right. Your friends should always come before your significant other.
No.
Oh.
I say no.
No, I mean, no. But like,
Always?
no,
Yeah.
not always.
Yeah, that's what's hard with any of these. But honestly, even if we take away the always, I personally still feel like no.
What if we change it to your friends can sometimes come before your significant others? Then what are your opinions?
Well, then
I say
Sometimes, yes.
sometimes.
Well, I feel like some people would still say no.
Well, it's like, are
I-
you always going to defend your significant other if maybe they do something, like if they get in a fight with your best friend and they're in the wrong, are you taking their
is that,
side
like,
simply
the kind of
because they're
scenario
your
we're
significant
thinking of?
other?
Hmm.
That's
If
the thing I'm thinking of.
if Jenny and Derek get in a fight, I'm taking Jenny's side.
Yeah, like I would honestly probably take Kenzie's side if she
Yeah.
fought with Jacob.
Here's the thing is, for me, it would depend on the fight. Like, it would
Yeah.
depend on what you're disagreeing about, but also,
Well,
I
would
don't know,
already be so
maybe
embarrassed that Jacob is fighting with Kenzie that automatically
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
this is like a toxic mentality of mine, but I feel like in the moment, like I would kind of like side with Scott or make sure he's okay. But if there was something I disagreed with that he was sharing, when it's just me and him, that's when I would really get into it.
Yeah,
Because,
keep
like,
that business more
yeah,
private.
That's kind of what it comes down to for me. But it's so situational. Like, I can't give a blanket statement saying like, oh, if Scott were to like, and I don't know if like fight is like the thing because like it can also be relating in other ways. But like for me, Scott does come first. But that isn't to say that like if I disagree with him, I'm not going to tell him that. Like there's
Yeah.
literally been moments like that where like I support him as like our outward front, but then like behind closed doors, I'm like, hey, like I'm obviously still supporting you, but also like I do need to like shed light on the other point of view. And so that's kind of more where I fall.
My opinion
Interesting.
is like I'm thinking like if Derek said something to like let's say like Derek said something really racist about Mexicans like to Jenny,
Yeah.
like I would shut him down
Yes.
in front of Jenny because like I don't want Jenny to have to defend herself for
Yeah.
something so ridiculous, and I want her to know that like yes, I am on your side. What he said is 100% wrong.
Well, and
And
that's where
sometimes
it's so
people don't take
situational.
things seriously unless like it's coming from a closer person, like their significant other.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's hard of like, because here's the thing. If anybody said something racist about Mexicans, just because that's the example we're giving, I would shut them down. Like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
who you are. So that's where it like gets hard is like, it is so situational for me, but
I feel like I am just
don't know.
in the opinion that like all of my relationships that are kind of, I mean, it's dependent on the status, like the closeness and maybe like the history and whatever that there is, but most of my relationships are kind of all equal in that sense. I don't know if I prioritize like one person as being more important than the other. It's just that Andrew is the one who like I'm married to, and there's like that romantic side of the relationship where like obviously I don't have a romantic side with you guys because that's just not the relationship. But I hate to break it to you. But like in like relation to like importance of a person, everybody is like equally important to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I really can't
feel
say
that.
like, oh, I like always will take his side over you, or like yes, a lot, but then also sometimes I'm also like the first to call him out.
Yeah.
Also because now we've been together for so long, you kind of just get to that point where you're like,
Right.
no, we don't need to pretend here anymore. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of, happy 5-year anniversary, a couple days late.
Thank you.
True.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
This one's hard for me
Wow.
because it is very situational, but in general, like even if I'm just thinking of like not like disagreeing or them saying something bad, but like if it's even as simple as like Scott has something going on, but my friends are hanging out, it's like I'm obviously picking Scott. Like there's no question in my mind. So
Yeah, that's another situation.
the
In my mind,
disagreeing
I'm like,
part
who
is where
got
it's
to me
hard.
first? I don't know.
Yeah.
If my friends got to me first, but if it's
That's
not
true.
something super important like a family obligation or something, and I'm like, sorry, we've had this plan for a week and you're just getting to me about this now, Andrew, like I can't go back on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just depends.
that's true.
Yeah, I have no qualms ditching Jacob.
Yeah. Same.
That was amazing. Do you feel like you're better trained to confront Kenzie? Not at all.
No, because this was kind of a fail because we agreed on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
last one I
Kenzie
feel like
doesn't
is
fight.
the one that we kind of disagreed the most.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for the fail.
No, I love that.
I
I
name.
think it was a success.
Okay. Well, bye.
Thank you. For coming.
Okay.
Listen
One
to
thing-
us every
Never
Monday.
mind.
What were you gonna
Yes.
say?
Surely Ed.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, we
I was
should
just going to
just
say one thing that comes to my mind real quick is just that some people's opinions of disagreements too, like are if you disagree with me just even a little bit, then there's a problem. And while I think, yes, we all have a similar opinion, I think we also give people a lot of room for a lot of nuance and like subtlety in our agreements and disagreements. So that's the other thing. It's like, even if you're uncomfortable with disagreeing, just like maybe try confrontation or disagreements in little ways.
Here's some
first
confrontation.
and ease into it.
yeah.
Do you guys feel like I'm an easy person to disagree with? Like, do you feel like you can disagree with me and I will hate you for the rest of your life?
I
No.
don't think you'll hate me.
Okay. Jenny, you feel like I'll hate you? You're
No,
not
I don't feel like
hating
you hate, but I'm more scared to. I mean, we like never disagree, but because, like, I would be like scared to disagree just
Mm.
because you're my friend, and I don't want to, like, be. I don't know. I'm scared.
See, she's scared right now to disagree with you.
Right? You can see
She's
it.
trembling.
Yep.
I will say it's easier to disagree with people when you disagree more often. Because,
Yeah.
like, for you two, you never disagree. And so when you do, it's kind of like,
That's true.
oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Stepping
Whereas
into
Abby
feels
and I, we
territory.
love to fight.
Yeah, like if Abby and Jenny disagree on something, it's like, this is old news. Of course you disagree.
Boring.
Yeah. Like, it's scary when you agree. So,
Exactly. It's because I know that Jenny is a safe place.
yes.
you're safe.
Aw, heart hands. That's cute.
Wow.
I love this. This is
Okay,
such
all right.
fun.
What a beautiful ending for us.
Yeah. Come back every Monday. Leave us a rating if you absolutely love us or if you absolutely hate us or if you want to agree or disagree with us. And follow us everywhere at Beezy's Podcast or on YouTube at The Beezy's Podcast.
Yay.
Yep.
Love you
Bye,
all.
Sambo.
See you
Bye.